So I'm going to begin this in a different way. Does anyone have a question for Venu over here for Planetcast? Ask the question now, because the previous two sessions we didn't give you a chance to ask questions. Anyone has a question?
I'm Jagdish Joshi, cable TV further team, representing Mumbai from Cable Sena. My question is regarding the cable TV. I'll speak in Hindi also because many of those can understand. केबल टीवी मर रहा है, इट्स डाइंग, इट्स ऑन अ डेड बेड. उसको हो गया है लिम्फोसर्कोमा ऑफ ओटीटी.
लिम्फोसर्कोमा ऑफ
ओटीटी.
ओटीटी का लिम्फोसर्कोमा, कैंसर ओटीटी के कैंसर.
हाँ,
ओटीटी का कैंसर.
केबल ऑपरेटर्स का कोई पैरिटी नहीं है. देयर इज नो आई मीन उसको लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड ही नहीं है. ऑल द रेगुलेशंस हैव बीन ऑन केबल टीवी ऑपरेटर्स. ओटीटी को छोड़ दिया हुआ है. हमारे केबल ऑपरेटर्स के व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में आया कि केबल टीवी के साथ बंडल करो ओटीटी, ये इंटरनेट. चलो हमने वो भी चालू कर दिया. कॉर्पोरेट जाइंट्स आ गए, उसको भी हमको बंडल कर दिया उन्होंने भी. केबल ऑपरेटर को भी बंडल कर दिया उन्होंने. तो माय क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज नेक्स्ट फॉर द केबल टीवी? हाउ दिस केबल टीवी विल बी सर्वाइविंग द बिजनेस?
शुक्रिया जगदीश भाई, आपने एक बहुत बहुत रेलेवेंट प्रश्न पूछा है आपने कि केबल टीवी का फ्यूचर क्या है. हम भी कोशिश करेंगे इसका जवाब देने को, और वेनु भी करेगा.
सर जगदीश, बहुत छोटा सा आंसर है मेरा. जान लोगे बच्चे की
अवॉइड कर
यार. सुबह से जितने 5 पैनलिस्ट हुए हैं सबके क्वेश्चन एक साथ पूछ डाले हमने. टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, जो I mean, okay, I have short answer because I am not qualified to address all the aspects that you have raised. आपने कुछ 4-5 पहलुओं पे सवाल पूछा है. मैं सारे के आंसर तो नहीं कर सकता, मतलब इतने एक्सपर्ट्स बैठे हैं यहाँ पे. ऑल आई कैन से इज कि जो चेंज हम देख रहे हैं, जो बदलाव देख रहे हैं हम, ये आ चुका है. अभी इसको डिबेट करके कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है. ठीक है, द ओनली थिंग यू कैन डू अंडर द सर्कमस्टांस इसको किस तरह से हैंडल किया जाए इन अ वे दैट कैन प्रोटेक्ट रेवेन्यूज एंड बिजनेसेस फॉर द टाइम दैट यू कैन. और ट्रांजिशन करना तो मतलब पड़ेगा ही पड़ेगा. इसमें कोई देयर इज नो डिबेट, कोई डिबेट नहीं इसमें. आप बैठ के अभी थियोराइज करने में कोई मतलब नहीं है. सो दैट्स ऑल आई कैन. तो इस पूरे माहौल में हमारा जो काम है वो इज ट्राई एंड सी हम कहाँ हेल्प कर सकते हैं. या केबल इंडस्ट्री, केबल ऑपरेटर हो, या ब्रॉडकास्टर हो, या डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म्स हो, और एनी अदर मीडिया ओनर और क्रिएटर, वेयर कैन वी हेल्प इज व्हाट वी लुक एट इन हेल्पिंग पीपल मैनेज दिस ट्रांजिशन. दैट्स आवर फोकस.
मैं आपको बताऊंगा. देखिए, खेरा साहब आए अभी रूम में. खेरा साहब तो इस इंडस्ट्री के मैस्ट्रो है. इन्होंने बहुत कुछ चलाया है. सब उनको नमस्कार कीजिए जैसे हमें नमस्कार कर रहे हैं. खेरा साहब आए. हाँ, देखिए प्रभु साहब. तो देखिए, केबल टीवी दुनिया भर में आजकल क्या है कि नए जो बच्चे हैं उनको कॉड नेवर बोलते हैं. कॉड नेवर, जिन्होंने केबल टीवी का नाम ही नहीं सुना है, नया जनरेशन जो आ रहा है. तो केबल टीवी का जमाना था एक समय पे जहाँ पे वो डोमिनेंट था. अभी केबल टीवी एक ऑल्टरनेट डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन मीडियम है. इट्स नॉट दी ओनली मीडियम. एक जमाने में केबल था, फिर डीटीएच आया, फिर डीटीएच ने बहुत टक्कर मारा केबल टीवी को, और डीटीएच ऊपर आया. अभी ओटीटी आया है, ओटीटी डीटीएच को और केबल टीवी को टक्कर मार रहा है. सो दिस इज द ऑनसेट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी. सो व्हाट शुड केबल टीवी ऑपरेटर्स डू? माय सजेशन इज गो वेरी लोकल. आप लोकल, अगर आप प्रोग्रामिंग लोकल कर सकते हो वो कीजिए. अगर आपके पास स्केल नहीं है, हेड एंड चलाना बहुत मुश्किल है. अगर आपके पास डिजिटल हेड एंड है, स्केल होना ही चाहिए. 100,000 200,000 सब्सक्राइबर्स मिनिमम होने चाहिए, नहीं तो नहीं चलेगा. नहीं तो आप कोऑपरेटिव्स बना लो. अगर कोऑपरेटिव नहीं बन सकता है, केसीसीएल जो है केरला में बहुत अच्छी तरह से चल रहा है. आप देखिए, यतिन गुप्ता, जीटीपीएल, अनुभाई तो अपना हिट्स लगा रहे हैं. अगर आप नहीं कर सकते तो फिर आप इनके साथ जुड़ जाइए और उनसे सिग्नल लीजिए. आप उनके फ्रेंचाइज बन जाइए फ्यूचर में. क्योंकि स्केल नहीं है तो फिर आप नहीं बन सकते हो. इट्स अ रियलिटी. और यू रिमेन वेरी स्मॉल एंड यू कांट प्रोवाइड एवरीथिंग टू देम. मेरी बात समझे आप? सही है कि नहीं? मैंने सही कहा नहीं कहा?
यस सर, आपने जो कहा एकदम सही कहा और डेफिनेटली लाइक जो हमारी इंडस्ट्री टेस्टिंग टाइम से गुजर रही है, बट मेन और एक चैलेंज जो ये भी है कि जो रेगुलेशंस है पूरे सब हमारे ऊपर ही हैं। तो अगर OTT को आप रेगुलेट नहीं कर पा रहे हो तो हमें भी
नहीं, OTT का रेगुलेशन आ रहे हैं लेकिन नहीं होने चाहिए जितने आ रहे हैं उससे कम होने चाहिए। केबल टीवी पे भी कम होने चाहिए। मैं सही हूँ कि गलत हूँ?
Absolutely, आपने केबल के लिए एग्जांपल दिया, that is absolutely correct. They have to form kind of platform.
और रेगुलेशन?
Regulation of OTT is still there, just self-regulation right now.
But there should be less on cable, less on OTT also.
Yeah.
चलिए अभी हम बात करेंगे इनका। बहुत इनको दर्द हो रहा था दिल में। केबल, हमारे जो केबल सेना के लोग थे उन्होंने बाहर कहा मुझे कि हमें आपने एक्सप्रेस करने नहीं दिया, तो मैंने कहा हम आपको एक्सप्रेस करने देंगे। साहब, हम केबल से आए हैं और केबल में ही रहेंगे। जय श्री राम।
जय श्री राम।
चलिए, ओके। So, not getting on to your session with me. We've been speaking of all the challenges that media faces. Can you tell me what role are you playing? You said you're willing to play a role to help cable TV, willing to play a role to help broadcasters. So, what role are you playing to the challenges that media is facing?
Okay, I'll try and break this up into a couple of things. The number one thing for us to understand is we are not bigger than the circumstance or the situation that we have. The fact remains that streaming has created a seismic change, has brought about a seismic change. It's not something that can be reversed, right? Just like audience, Blinkit and quick service is not going to go away, right? You cannot reverse that. Once people have or consumers have tasted it, it's not possible to reverse. So the point is, what is the circumstance, where is it headed, and what can people or what do people who operate in the circumstance need the most? That's what we look at. We are not here to say we are going to change this circumstance for you or whatever, right? That would be presumptuous. So in this context, for us, the big shift that we are seeing, or the big, your subject or the topic of this conversation is very appropriate. Media owners, which is the source of everything, right? The source of our business is not cable or OTT or whatever. It is the person who creates the content. That's the source of business. Media owners are truly living in a multiverse today. And it's probably not an easy experience right now, right? You've got to be many things to many people. Devices have proliferated, delivery formats have changed, content formats have changed. So the guy who's doing a feature film has also got to think of a meme that can help promote that feature film. It's very different. I mean, and also to kind of grow fan clubs that can crowdsource that meme or whatever. So we realize that they're living in a sort of a multiverse, right? And they are required to do many of these things. What could exist in a theatrical linear format earlier and be reasonably, remunerative, today is facing several challenges because it needs to also be available across other formats, be it streaming, be it short form, be it on microblogging or any of those. What we have molded ourselves to do is, for instance, look at this entire content supply chain and see how do we help you do that. So for instance, our supply chain management solution is, or you can call it media asset management traditionally, now is equipped with modules that can help process, package, publish on multi-point publishing across. You can take the same piece of content, you can contextualize it enough for your programming content folks to curate better and personalize for audiences, enough for your sales people to get you better targeted advertising, enough for you to promote through shorter format, retrieve content as required and all of that. So that's one. We've kind of evolved our playouts now to be lighter and help you at a much lower cost, I think about a third of the cost, get you to different parts of the world. If you have linear channels that need to be distributed across, we are doing things as less as $500. You can just drop channels from point to point across the globe over public internet. This is not something that you could do earlier. We've also got right down to white label OTT platform or our media services division, which helps you repurpose, localize and globalize content, for instance, with compliance, tech checks, dubbing, editing, everything, right? The idea is, the one way that we think media owners can address this challenge that is upon them is to try and, max their distribution, leverage content in a way that it is being able to, that you're able to serve it across multiple formats and devices, max out your distribution, and see how much sharper you can, monetize, how you can contextualize it better, monetize it sharper. These are the three areas that we think media owners will be wanting to work on, and we want to focus our energies on helping them do these three.
So this is on the more on the content creator side. What about, let's say what Jagdish just said, what about for cable operators? What do you see them doing? How do they use your services?
I can give you a view, but I won't presume to have the answer to that. But my sense is also, maybe it's time for us to start redefining ourselves, not look at a narrow definition of our business as just cable and say, all right, what is really my business? My business is owning that last mile connection to the consumer. How do I redefine that? Is there, so for all, for all of the talk that we are doing today across connected TVs, OTTs, and linear cable, existing linear cable, everything, the consumer today at the front end, on the screen at home, is actually facing quite a confusing plethora of choice, right? And very often the decision to watch or consume is not always super well informed. It is whatever I've heard of or whatever I see right on top. I think that's one area which can be probably better served. I think one, on the screen, if you can try and unify and own that experience and give them something that is more tailored. I think the previous panel spoke about that, where the TV OS, Abhijit I think referred to that, where the TV OS is helping you deliver a more personalized experience. That's one way of doing it. But I think a lot of the cable business, if you look at it abroad, is also kind of played a very active role in converging it. First of all, accepting that it's getting digitized, and the game is probably, if we don't play it, we are going to be out of the game. So they have actively played a role in convergence, right? Providing their consumer with a converged experience at the front end, even if it comes at the cost of my own linear cable getting consumed less. So that, I think, is a role that the cable business as a whole could probably try playing. I'm not well informed to kind of break it down to what an operator should be doing or not, but I think the cable business still is, if you look at the scenario today, they're all pretty much equal. There's about 60 million cable homes, 50 million DTH homes. Connected TV homes are also claimed to be around 50 million now. And then there's always free dish, right? So they're all equal suddenly. It's over the space of the last 5 years, you now have all four which are in equal sense. The others, connected TV for instance, has the advantage of being able to personalize because it's a digital format. DTH is already doing that to some extent. I think, yes, that's an area that cable could actively look at and saying, how do we help own that consumer experience at the front end? That's possibly one way to address that.
And also recommend you all do broadband. Broadband is what Seven Star in Bombay has really pivoted towards broadband, and it's become a major supplier in the area that it operates. Video is an additional service. No, we'll take it offline because this is his session now. Please don't mind me. I'm just saying broadband is something which is okay. Quickly.
cable operator. So like a Z5.
Yeah, but you're having Netflix is actually having they're storing their servers in cable headends so that they have better delivery.
As a channel, as a paid channel.
No, that's come up in recently. Amazon Prime launched in Germany as a channel. So it will come in the future. It will come.
So the boost, cable TV can get a boost.
Yeah, in Germany they've just launched a Prime channel, by the way. Amazon Prime has launched a channel. They're testing it. Netflix launched one in France some time back. These are experiments. Let them saturate the OTT space, then they'll probably come up with channels in the future. Okay, now let me ask him a question. Between growth and efficiency, what's the business area you're actually impacting?
Big question. I think the good part about that question is that it comes down finally to the problem that matters to the industry, which is growth and of course profitability, I would say. Efficiency should lead ideally to that, and that's probably why you've asked it in that fashion. But I think we have a role to play. If you notice all the conversations since morning, right, there is a lot of conversation around technology enabling optimization to a great extent. I think we've tended to focus. It's funny though, at NAB show in the US this year, there was hardly, there's almost zero conversation around AI, which is a bit of a shocker. Almost everyone's is talking about EBITDAs and
EBITDA meaning cash flow.
Basically profitability. Profitability, optimization, all of this conversation is around that. So one understands the pain and the pressure that is being felt by the industry, at a time like this. What I would say our role is, we have still enabled growth, considering myself to represent technology here. So I think we've still enabled growth to a great extent. For instance, connected TVs is a tech enablement that has led to two things. Of course, it's not increased the number of households in the country. We can't produce babies, but it's actually given you a better CPM than you were getting on the web or mobile, right? And to an extent likely to be so for maybe another 5 years. So in that sense, it is growth. It is another avenue which has better yields. So we've kind of opened that up. All of data penetration leading to amount of video consumption now, 5.5 hours now on an average day on mobile now, out of which almost 60% is video. So that's growth, if you ask me, and we've played a part in growing that as well, and being able to monetize that a whole lot better now. Bringing, if you read Ficky's latest report, the number of SMB advertisers who have come on board, these are all new advertisers, right? Again, a third of advertisers coming onto digital are SMBs, right? Small and medium businesses, right? These are new advertisers, so that's obviously consumption is being driven, hence they're advertising, they're also getting the inventory to advertise, affordability, so that's growth if you ask me. So we do play a lot of, a big part in that, but optimization of course is where a lot of the energy is focused today. We've had already a lot of conversation around AI, and I'm guessing we'll have a lot more in the next half also. But yes, AI has certainly made personalization, quite easy. But also I think a large part of, I guess because of the financial pressure we are under, a large part of the AI work currently is in the area of optimizing costs, increasing efficiency, making things a lot better. Distributing channels now is so easy compared to where things were 6 years ago, 7 years ago, right? The kind of costs you could, any single channel provider, independent content creators can get it up and running and distribute it over the globe at a ridiculously low cost. So that's definitely helped. While that's caused optimization and brought costs down, it's also made it affordable for a lot more people to come on board and actually, create and distribute and monetize their content. So I guess we play a role in both spheres.
All right, time's up. That's what it's saying over there.
Wow. Okay.
Just checking, I'll give you another for the cable Sena. Work with local creators. Put them on your channels. You will get traction. Work with local creators, stand-up comics. You will get traction because you will get the younger audiences coming onto cable, and you start marketing it to your local cable network where you have subscribers. You'll have let that opportunity go. Now, Jio has started putting creators on its through Spark. Do it before they capture that too.
Yep.
That's all I have to say. And thank you for your time.
Not at all.
It's been a pleasure talking to you like always. And if you want to catch us offline, catch us offline. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, Anil.